Some defenders destroy, others create. But Allesandro Nesta did both. With the calm of a surgeon and the soul of an artist. They called him the perfect storm, because when he played, elegance and chaos collided. Timing, grace, and sheer ferocity swirling into one unstoppable force. While others chased the ball, Nesta seemed to dance with it. Predicting moves before they even began. He wasn't loud, he wasn't flashy, he was inevitable. From Rome's dusty pitches to San Siro's brightest nights, this is the story of the man who redefined what it meant to defend.
Now young Nesta, just 19 years old, a little injection of pace there. But look how well Maldini recovered. My word, that's tremendous.
Allesandro Nesta was born in 1976 in Rome, a city where football is not just a sport, it's identity. Being a child, he was playing on broken sidewalks, barefooted, and each failure was a broken knee, and each success was immortal. He enrolled in the youth academy of Lazio at the age of 13, but his life was cut short almost before it started. He had a back injury that was threatening to end his career even before he began. Physicians advised him to quit playing, but Nesta wasn't built to stop. He was built to adapt. His recovery wasn't a miracle, it was willpower. And when he returned, he wasn't just healthy, he was transformed. Calm, calculated, composed beyond his years. The perfect foundation for a storm that was coming. By mid-1990s, Lazio were on the upswing, and so was Nesta. He was not only gifted, he was charismatic. Younger players by half his age followed him. His position was perfect. His timing, almost psychic. He was able to win a ball without hitting the opponent, as though defense was a kind of art, not violence. At the early age of 21, he was made the captain of Lazio in 1997. A local youth as the head of his home club. He took Lazio to a win in Coppa Italia, European Cup winners, and a UEFA Super Cup. Each performance was a murmur of the same words. This is not chance, this is art. By 2000, Nesta had completed the unthinkable, guiding Lazio to their second ever Serie A title. In the Eternal City, he had become eternal himself. In football, however, there are very few heroes who are allowed to write their own endings. In 2002, Lazio was in financial crisis, and to make ends meet, they were forced to sell their captain. Nesta didn't want to leave. Here I was born, he said to himself. Lazio is my kin. However, the loyalty and the truth do not always work on the same side. When the invitation was made by AC Milan, he went, heart heavy, eyes forward. He went not because he was greedy, but because he had to. In Rome, they wept. In Milan, they celebrated. And the storm had taken a new abode. At Milan, Allesandro Nesta was born in a world of giants. Maldini, Cafu, Pirlo, Shevchenko. But even among legends, he was outstanding. He brought serenity to chaos. As the pressure increased, Nesta made time slow down. One glance, one touch, one flawless interception. It was a masterpiece as Milan had Paolo Maldini on its backline. 2003, Milan was the champion of the Champions League. 2004, Serie A title. 2007, another victory in the Champions League. The world watched, stunned. Defending had never looked so beautiful. Commentators called him the ballet dancer with a warrior's heart. Every move precise, every clearance elegant, every tackle decisive. While others chased the ball, Nesta orchestrated the game, like a composer conducting chaos into harmony. Power or fame was not what made Nesta the perfect storm. It was balance, strength and stillness, technique and timing. He could shut down the forwards of the world Zidane, Henry, Ronaldinho. He could shut them down without uttering a single word, without committing a single foul, without losing a single drop of sweat. He never was careless, never passionate. When others lunged, he waited. He observed when other people shouted. And there, one great tackle, one thunderclap of accuracy. And that was what made him dreadful. His anarchy was cloaked in stillness. That is how they referred to him as the perfect storm. 2006, Germany. Nesta was the backbone of the defense of Italy, and he entered the World Cup as one of the most experienced players in the team. He created a wall with Cannavaro, Zambrotta, and Buffon, a wall that is still admired by history. However, fate is mean even to legends. The group stage saw him come off the field with a muscle injury. He was forced to observe how Italy was marching to its fate. They won the trophy in Berlin without him playing on the field. But his influence, his leadership, his composure had already been established. Cannavaro later on said, "Nesta was involved in all of our tackles. He taught us all how to defend." That was Nesta. He was there even when he was not there. In the course of time, injuries turned out to be the sole foe he was unable to outwit.
And seeing as I'm never happy to be on the bench, I just can't take it.
In 2012, Nesta departed Milan unobtrusively, gracefully after 10 years of excellence. But he did not lose his passion in football. He has made the Atlantic to join Montreal Impact in the Major League Soccer. Still gliding, still teaching, still defending with style. Even there, young players gazed upon him with admiration. One said, "He doesn't need to run, he just knows." By the time he took off his boots, the applause was not only over his trophies, it was for his purity. In a world where it is all about numbers and statistics, the greatness of Nesta cannot be quantified. You can't count calm. You can't record elegance. You can only feel it. He was the storm of a storm, the eye of the storm, evidence that it is not the destruction, but creation that is defending. Even today, when such players as Thiago Silva, Van Dijk, and Marquinhos move calmly on the field, it is still possible to trace some Nesta in their movements. He reformed the language of defense, since at times the most powerful thing is silence. Who is the most graceful defender you have ever seen? Write down your thoughts below, and keep in mind, each legend has a tale, and this was penned in thunder and glory. Hit the like button and subscribe for more football videos. See you next time.